For the latest, let's cross now to Jerusalem. Iris Makler is standing by for us. Iris, before we get to those attempts at a ceasefire, tell us about this other news we've received a short while ago today, that some rockets have been fired from Lebanon towards northern Israel.
Yes, they fired towards northern Israel. 2 landed in the sea, but 2 landed inside Israel, causing no injuries, or no damage and no injuries. But nevertheless, sirens went off in the northern town of Haifa. People ran to bomb shelters, and Israel responded with artillery. I think what's significant about this, Nadia, is that it's the third such attack from the north into Israel. Israel says it understands that it's not actually a Lebanese attempt to join this conflict, but it is Palestinian sources in Tyre who are firing into Israel. And I think it shows the expansion or the impact of the Gaza conflict regionally, and I think provides another reason for ending this conflict as quickly as possible.
And Iris, back then to this progress towards a ceasefire. Egyptian mediators are in town. Does it seem to you that momentum is now building towards some kind of truce?
Yes, it does. And ironically, you know, there have been massive barrages of rockets coming in. There have been continuing Israeli airstrikes. And sometimes there is a pickup, an escalation just before a ceasefire. So I am ignoring the impact of things on the ground, and I'm only looking at the ceasefire track. So I'm not looking at what the leaders are saying officially to one another. I'm looking at what is being said to them. And there's an enormous amount of pressure on Israel's Prime Minister. US President Joe Biden has called him again. There are different international tracks, including from France, but also from Canada, also from the United Nations. And I think we will be seeing, if not what we've heard from the Egyptians, their suggestion is 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's approximately 12 hours from now. Even if it will not go into effect at that time, and even if it isn't permanent, if it does go into effect in 12 hours, we're on the ceasefire track now. And within the next 48 hours, I think this conflict will die down. Not be resolved, but this round of hostilities may come to an end.
All right, Iris Makler for us there in Jerusalem. Thank you very much indeed for bringing us up to speed.